Hello everyone, welcome to another process video. I actually just finished my previous one and I had such a good time with it working on these same photos from Mondsee, Austria, that I decided to just go in and do another one back to back. So for this one, I have a full 6x8 photo. It's a close-up of part of the altar at the front of the church. It was just amazingly gorgeous, as you can see. So I needed to get an awesome photo of that. For the right hand side, I have a 4x6 for the bottom pocket. I have this photo here, and then I have two photos and a card, so I'm going to have to do a photo flip here. And I do have that at the ready if you've never seen me do them. I just use the 3x4 flips. These are made by Simple Stories. Close to My Heart also makes something similar. I'm sure there are other companies too, but I tend to use just those two for the photo flips, but mostly Simple Stories. So this one would be on top, this would be either in back or in the middle, and then I have this card. So as I was preparing stuff to go on to the next step and looking at these photos, I've decided that I really don't like this photo in there. It's red and I don't really have anything else that's red in here. I wanted to use it because I like it and it's got some gold, but it really doesn't match with everything else. So I think I'm going to take that one out. But then I have a problem. Two photos and this. Now, I don't necessarily need to journal here because there will be a layout. It's actually what goes on the other side of this here. I'm not going to do a process video for this one because it's a lot of just printing on the computer. But there will be a long description here of info about the church and, you know, that they filmed The Sound of Music there and whatever. So there will be lots of info already on there. So I probably could get away with not using this, but I just liked the color. That kind of corally orangey. I thought that it was a good match for the pictures that I have, but I don't have to use it. There's no rule there. So I could just go with these three, or I could find another card, still use this one, and still have three. So I need to decide that next as to what do I really want as part of this layout. I think I have made the decision that I'm still going to do a flip and I'm going to add a card. I had this one in my stash and it's black and gold, which is perfect. And I did wander all around the church. That's where we spent the most time in Mondsee while we were there because it was just so beautiful and there's just so much, you know, intricacy to everything and I wanted to see it all. So I think that's appropriate. And then I will do this photo inside the flip and then I will include this. And even if it's just stamping a phrase here or something and then adding an embellishment, I do want to use it as part of the design. Because there's a lot of dead space on the right side of this photo, I thought maybe I would put some washi along the side going vertically, and then I'll find some kind of embellishment, something to add over it as a layer. And I picked out these 5 because they all have gold in them. And right away, I don't like this one. The dots just don't seem to go. And then I love this pattern, but I think that for these photos, it's too modern. It doesn't go. This is so old school Europe, you know, this isn't quite right. That's a little too Art Deco, I think, for that. So that leaves me with these 3. I think this one, looking at it, yeah, it's probably too light, too much white in there. So it's going to be one of these 2 because they're just a subtle stripe and it's got just enough gold for this pattern, I think. I decided to go with this washi. And I put a strip on there. I just folded over the excess on the back there. And then when I saw that, I decided I want to switch these pockets because I didn't like these right on top of each other. So I like this configuration a lot better. Now, I have to figure out what else I want to do on this one because I have all this space and I want to fill something on top of this. And if I end up not doing anything on the left side, then I definitely need to do something on the right side. So for this card, I wanted to do a foam gold glitter star, but I'm trying to keep the bulk down for this album, and I've already added in some stuff. Like my last layout, I ended up adding some sequins that are not flat. So because of that, I'm going to go in here and just see what I can do with some of my flat stars. I do have this one in here, which is metallic. It's not completely flat, but it's certainly not as bulky as those heavy sequins I used before. I decided to use this instead. It's a very, very thin cardboard, I think, and then it's just coated. So it's not bulky at all. So I'm just going to attach it right here, and I'm going to use my liquid glue. Sometimes I would use glue dots, but this is a little slick, and I'm not sure how well that would stick to the card. So I figure using the glue is probably the safest way to go. I'm leaving this alone for now because I haven't found anything yet that is going to work there. But for this card, I think what I'm going to do is I found two things in my stash that I can use. This one, I think I'm going to cut off the top part and just use the part that says amazing because it's the right color scheme for this and the right width. And then I have this one that just says beautiful, and it's not black, but it's kind of gray silver. And even though gold is more of the theme here, I think it works like with the organ pipes and just, you know, gray is a neutral. So I think it works with the photos. I've decided to take these and layer them like so. So here I will just cut off the excess. And then I think I'm going to have to stamp or sprinkle something in the background because this card is awfully white and I do want to bring in a little more of the black, I think. So I've decided I am going to do some black splattering. I'm using this as a mask to cover up what I've done already because I don't want to get any of the ink on there. I really want it on the rest of the card. And this is what I'm using. It's the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in black, and I've already given it a good shake, so now it's time to apply. I've done the splattering on the card and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. It's very nicely spaced, nothing too crazy happened, so I like that one. And while it's continuing to dry, then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do on this side. I still haven't found anything yet, but I'm not giving up. I think I have figured out what I want to do here. I have this black star that is similar to the style and shape of this one, so I could use that there. And then I went into all of my enamel dots and shapes and I picked out these. I do have some glitter gold ones here, which would work well. And then I have these. They aren't really the coral over here that I was hoping for, but they're not too far off in the pink from this label. And when you hold it like this, that's pretty darn close. The lighting makes it look more pink here. So I think I'm going to combine those somehow and do a little cluster right here. I have attached those here, and then I decided I still needed a little bit more gold, and I have 4 items. I want 5. I like the odd number. So I had these in my stash as well, and I'm going to pull out one of these gold glitter dots, similar to the star, and add it in there. I've loaded up the flip here, and I also found a label that I think I want to use just maybe a little bit off the side there so the photo isn't completely blank. I'm not totally decided, but I'm thinking about it. But this one I have loaded up already, so it's ready to go. So all I'm going to do is take off the adhesive and then position it where I want it. There we go. And oh, my cards are a little off. I can always mess with those later too, but I at least want to get this attached. There we go. So then I have that attached on there, and that's what you'll see when you flip that part down. So then I just have to make the final decision on, do I want this label or not? I did decide to add the label, and I stamped on it Beyond Words. That is from this little set that I have from Citrus Twist. It's an older one. So I did that. I'm just going to cut off the excess, and then I think I'm going to add another one of those sparkly gold enamel dots. Just layer it over it a little bit to give it a last little bit of something. So I put my other ones away there and here. They're a little bit lighter gold, but I do like the Chamel ones. It's a little bolder. And this photo is so busy, I want to make sure it stands out. So I'm going to go with a slightly darker gold and maybe position it like so. Well, now when I see it, I feel like it needs more. So maybe I'm going to have to mix it in with these because I only have the same size here, but then I have some smaller ones in here. So let's try at least one of the little ones, if I can get it off of there. Got to overlap it more on the label. There we go, because otherwise you won't really see it. And then maybe I'll do, maybe I should do this bigger one. No, I like the smaller ones. These are kind of a bugger to get off. I should have grabbed my little tweezers. So, let me move that over a tad. Yeah, like that. Let's see how that looks. You know what? I like that together. I think I'm going to leave it. So here's another one done from Mondsee, Austria. Thanks for watching.